What is up, everybody? Welcome to Lex Alexis tonight for a very important night regarding the Championship 2022-2023 season. Because we could see history, guys. We could see the earliest promotion ever in the Championship. Burnley will have 7 games left after this game. I think it's 7 games? Yes, 38 games they played. They'll have 7 games left to play. No team has ever got promoted with 7 games left in their fixture calendar. A couple of teams have done it with 6 games left. So it's really now or never, really. If Burnley want to confirm a breaking of a record, they've got to get 3 points tonight. So to familiarise you guys about what Burnley need to do tonight to get promoted, they need to win. Easier said than done when they're playing against a Middlesbrough team who have definitely are a much stronger team now when they last met against each other. But with that surprise defeat to Huddersfield, are the cracks now starting to show with this Middlesbrough team? All these questions and these predictions we'll be answering in this stream. Any questions, tag me with my name and I'll answer them to the best that I can. I'll be previewing the lineup as well. I may even have a short time to actually give you my immediate reaction to all the results. Now, I'm just going to say disclosure, I've not watched a single game. I've seen a couple of goals circulating on Twitter from the Championship, but I've not seen games from minute 1 to 90, so I wouldn't be able to comment if there are any red cards or penalty decisions and stuff like that. So my opinion there will be a little bit invalid, but I can comment about the result and the significance of it for your club as well. And we've not got too much time because 3 days later from today, we've got another set of Championship games. This period is just not going away anytime soon. Now for the longest intro out the way, let's actually talk to some of you guys and read some of your comments. Ruben, good to see you. It's been a while. We're staying up. Yes. Fantastic result for Huddersfield today. 3 wins in a row. And right now, they really are up on the up right now. Charlie's talking about the prediction league. So is the Wolves fan by the looks of things as well. Rabbit has just commented on the latest Sunderland and Hull result. Yes, what an incredible game as well. By the way, guys, there is a poll right now which is asking you guys, will Burnley get promoted today? I'm going to hold my judgment and still say no, but I do think they've got any, if there's any chance to do it, what better way to do it in a live game tonight? It would be absolutely incredible, wouldn't it? Especially with that rivalry of Carrick versus Company, both being club legends in their different Manchester clubs. So a little bit of a rivalry there. So honestly, it's really got great potential, this. And I just hope for a good game. I don't want a stalemate. I don't want anything that's very anticlimactic. Also, guys, I have pinned a comment for me saying if you've not liked, subscribed or shared yet, please do all those things because they really help me with this channel. So what we'll do, we'll talk through the starting lineup and I'll read more of your comments as well. Starting quite slow with 3 viewers, but hopefully more people are going to be aware of me being live at this time. It was a bit of a last minute change of my daily plan. Middlesbrough Burnley, 8 o'clock, 10 minutes time. Let's look at those lineups. Middlesbrough, I've only made one change really. Riley McGree, I think, is their only change from that Huddersfield game. Zach Steffen, that's the same back 4 that he used against Huddersfield. Goodness me, and I'm just seeing it now. Some of the goals they conceded were very poor from Middlesbrough's part there. Ryan Giles, Nelly Ham, Paddy McNair, Tommy Smith. Johnny Howson, Hayden Hackney as the midfield double pivot. Aaron Ramsey, Chuba Akpom, Riley McGree being the only change, and Cameron Archer starting up front. That is a really good attacking formation there. Burnley have gone for Muric, Ian Matson, Jordan Bayer, Amin Al-Daki. That's his 2nd appearance. I think I only remember him making an appearance for one other game since he joined in January. Connor Roberts, you've got Josh Cullen, Josh Brownhill. In fact, that's the exact same formation as Middlesbrough. Interesting. So Rory, Teller and Goodmanson as the 3. So Goodmanson's starting this game, which is interesting. And actually Barnes is starting as the striker. Interesting stuff. Middlesbrough have got Roberts, Fry, Barlaser, Crooks, Moa, Bola and Force on the bench. Some great options there. Burnley have gone Peacock, Farrell, Bettino, Ed Cow, Cork, Benson, Obafemi and Scott Twine. I think Middlesbrough have got more options off the bench, but that starting 11 for Burnley is strong. It definitely would be first choice, probably minus Barnes or maybe even Goodmanson, to be honest. But I still think this is a really, really strong team. There's no Harwood Bellis in the squad. Has he picked up enough suspensions or has he got an injury there? So, interesting change in that position there. So to talk through the whole point of this whole conversation tonight, Burnley on 84 and Middlesbrough, there they are, in 67 points in 4th place. Quite an important game for Middlesbrough this, because as you can see, Luton have now overtaken Middlesbrough following the fact that they drew against Millwall away from home. A great result for Luton there. A loss for Middlesbrough will mean that they're 1 point behind Luton with the same amount of games being played. And if it is going to be playoffs that they're going for, then 3rd place is definitely the best position to be in. But also, Sheffield United have won today as well. They beat Wigan by 1-0. So a win for Middlesbrough will keep the gap to 6 points. Obviously, it could be 9 if Sheffield United win their game in hand, of course. But any reason for Middlesbrough to still be confident of trying to get promoted with Burnley, they really got to try and get 3 points in this game today. The gap between Burnley and Luton is 16 points. It is 16 points. So with the amount of games that Luton got left, they've got 6, and the maximum that they can pick up is 18 points, which will take them at a maximum points target of 86. Meaning, if Burnley win, they'll be on 87. Luton can't catch up. Middlesbrough would have lost, obviously, due to Burnley beating Middlesbrough in that game as well. So that is why a win for Burnley today will send Burnley back to the Premier League in the earliest time of asking ever in the Championship. It's good to see that my viewers are slightly gone on now. Welcome everyone to the stream. We'll go back to this scene for now and I'll read more of your comments. 75% of you, by the way, at the moment think that Burnley will be getting promoted. Interesting stuff. Been a very long time since we come from behind away from home to win. We didn't even do it last season. That is shocking that you didn't even do it at all last year. That's a monumentous achievement and for Huddersfield and Neil Warnock. Burnley are definitely going up this week. Next week, no matter what happens, I think it'll be 2-1 win to Burnley. One Squad fan thinks Burnley will get promoted. Burnley will have to wait up the borough, says Andy Doyle. Fair enough. I wonder how Burnley will do in the Premier League. I am intrigued to see how they get on in the Premier League. Out of 2 sides who could be in the Premier League next season, yeah, very definitely worth considering there. Could be a good rivalry. It's drawing against Swansea, good considering we lost 4-0 to Stoke. Bristol City beat Stoke by 2-1 and we lose to them. This is also, and you got Watford on Monday. Well, considering how Watford are playing right now, Darraj, then, you know, Watford may seem a more winnable game than Swansea, to be honest. I think it was a good point against Swansea, considering you were away from home as well, and Swansea had actually won 2 games in a row, so their form had improved. So you stopped Swansea's winning form now. Now it's just seeing if you can hit back and attack Watford while they're down, because they're really struggling with form right now. Is this the tightest prediction league in your history, says Charlie? You know what? I'm actually going to say no, but I'm going to say big but to that. I don't know the current points after this weekend. I need to calculate it. I picked up 9 as of now. So at the moment, I mean, I've got about a 15-point gap to chase to get to you, Charlie. So I'm not catching you anytime soon. But top 3 is really close. But I remember when I won the prediction league in my first season, actually, I think Joshua Frood pushed me to the final game week for me to win overall. So I think that to me is still the closest prediction league that I've done. But regardless, it's a really competitive prediction league and I'm loving every minute of it. You're top by 4. Watford are poor side rather than QPR. Yeah, very worried about Watford and QPR as well, for different reasons, of course. 8 of you voted on the poll. If you've not voted on the poll, please do so. You've got a chance to express your opinion, whether if you think Burnley will get promoted tonight. We've got 5 minutes before kickoff. Right, I need to actually start wearing these very, very soon. the audio's working, which is very, very nice as well. Any results you want me to react to before we get to this game? Any questions, please do let me know. Some very interesting attacking stats there. It's very much with open play goals, chances created, chances conceded. Those teams, Burnley and Middlesbrough, Burnley have been pretty much first place across the board, and Middlesbrough have been second or third best in those rankings. So we're definitely seeing two very talented sides going up against each other. So it should be in a key word, be a fantastic spectacle and a good quality game of football. That is the best thing that I could hope for. Will it be the case? There's not always a guarantee. One thing I wouldn't like, for instance, is if someone got a red card in the early point of the game, which will make the other team disadvantaged for most of it, whether it's like a early or late penalty decision, for instance. I want it to be a competitive and close game from beginning to end. A whole month is the only time for a promotion to occur. Yeah, so, I mean, I was shocked to find this out. So, I don't know who originally wrote about it. I think it may have been Reading's highest point season when they got the earliest promotion originally. But basically, the earliest promotions, I mean, this is since the modern day championship. So I'm not counting Division 2 from years prior to this, because it's likely that they would have had earlier promotions than what Burnley could be doing tonight as well. But in the modern championship, no side has ever been promoted to the Premier League with 7 games left of the season. That is a brand new stat, and it would be broken today if Burnley can win, and both sets of players are now walking across the tunnel. So I'm going to get these bad boys on and start going through my reaction to this game, which should hopefully be a really, really exciting one. I'll keep the poll open for whether you think Burnley get promoted until kickoff. More comments. Harry, welcome to the stream. Not seeing you in a while. How are you doing? Burnley and Reading as well. Pause as Darraj there. And 7 between me and you. Oh my gosh, is it really only 7? My gosh, I would have really closed the gap if that's the case. Jeez. I'm all for it. I'm all for it if I close the gap like that. Because I've got 2 correct scores and 3 correct outcomes. So that puts me to 9. If it ends 1-1 this game, that adds an extra 3 points to my tally, which puts me on to 12. So that'll be very, very interesting with that being the case. We've already talked through the lineups, so start going through them now, but I'll cover the lineups just one more time, just in case any of you've joined a little bit later on, which is absolutely fine. Look at the capture working very, very well as well. So, I've got a sneeze coming, so sorry. Oh, I've got a sneeze lurking. I hate that. You hate that feeling when there's a sneeze and you just don't have the urge. So, Middlesbrough, they've got an unchanged team apart from Ronnie McGree. So, they've got that same back 4 and back 6 that they had against Huddersfield when they conceded 4. So, that surprises me a little bit. Aaron Ramsey, Chuba Ratpole, Ronnie McGree and Karen Archer, though. That's a really dangerous front 4 for Middlesbrough. Burnley, they've got a slightly changed team. Oh, it's really coming now, that sneeze. Muric there, Matson, Bayers keeps his place. Al-Daki manages to go ahead of Harwood Bellis, assuming he's got an injury or suspension. Connor Roberts goes in that right back position. Brownhill and Cullen. So Brownhill with a slightly altered position. Goodwinson there, starting, which he didn't start last time. Teller, Zarori, and then Ashley Barnes up front. So yeah, a couple of changes, but not too many for Burnley's perspective. Right, let's end the poll and see what you guys think. It's a pretty close poll, but 60% of you think that Burnley will get promoted tonight. Interesting. Yeah, I have got 9 at the moment. But yeah, if it draws 1-1, I get 12. Basically, that's the state of play. I don't know what you predicted for the Middlesbrough Burnley game, I've forgotten, but it made things very, very interesting. Yeah, for those are the 3 outcomes, and then correct scores for the Reading and Preston. Yep, so that's my 9 points. So yeah, not wrong. Quick maths. Oh, I'm gonna get the timer. I'm not gonna get the timer ready on time. Right. So Zarori's Goodmanson, has just kicked off a Burnley, and here we go. We've already got a foul for Burnley's favour. big game tonight. We could see Burnley go up. I'm sure a lot of rivals of Burnley will be sick and tired of me repeating this, but this could be a momentous time for the Championship there. The earliest promotion in the modern Championship era. That could be absolutely incredible. And Burnley would really like to get that early head start of thinking ahead to next season. Ball floats in. And it's cleared away by Johnny Howson, who's captaining Middlesbrough tonight. And there's a corner to Burnley, 45 seconds in. You said 2-1 Burnley. Oh, wow. Interesting. That's all I can say about that. Right, so corner 2, Burnley, 45 seconds in. We've already got a minute being played. 8 o'clock kickoff at the Riverside Stadium, where Middlesbrough have got one of the best home records in the entire league. So it's not going to be an easy task for Burnley. Corner floats in. Barnes. Oh, it's floated away, but no one can collect it. Al-Daki now, in the edge of the box, is now going to pass it back. Goodmanson. Here's Ian Matson now. Bayer, and now to Roberts with a first time delivery, and it finds no one. Straight to Zach Steffen's hands. Only 2 viewers. A little bit disappointing for me. I guess people got really surprised in a way that I was actually streaming today. Burnley start fast. They do indeed, Charlie. They do indeed. They've still got the ball right now, but Middlesbrough barely touched the ball, to be honest, at the moment. But it's difficult to really talk about how things are going to be running for a team's performance when we've only got 2 minutes of play left. Got 88 minutes plus probably 10 minutes of stoppage time going knowing this type of game. And then we'll decide by the result to see if Burnley are up tonight. I reckon 2-2. Nathan Teller, late equaliser. Interesting. Muric is already out of his goal, collecting a loose ball, trying to get ahead of Chuba, and he does. Interesting tempo. I can see a high intensity within the first 2.5 minutes, which is great. What I just hope... this could be a mistake here. Chuba Palm. Oh, and he misses it. Oh, no. I mean, the camera's panned into Michael Carrick, but that was clearly a defensive mix-up in Burnley there. Chuba Palm, all he had to do was square it to Cameron Archer to have a free shot, but he really overhit his pass there. My gosh, an encouraging start if you're a Middlesbrough supporter here. Here's Connor Roberts now. Burnley have now recovered. Nathan Teller is going to pass it back to Cullen now. Ian Matson. Here's Zarori. I really like watching Zarori. I think he's really talented, although he's just giving the ball away. Commentators curse. Here come Middlesbrough now. They're definitely trying to be a lot more direct than what I've seen from Middlesbrough. Interesting tactical change there. So what actually happened? So it was Matson. And it's great pressing. Really good pressing, actually, by Middlesbrough to earn that chance. But honestly, Matson would have been absolutely humiliated had Akpom managed to get that pass to Archer. Getting away with one there, yes. Yeah, indeed. They did get away with one, indeed. If it was 1-0 Middlesbrough that early on, that would have made things very interesting to see how Burnley would have responded to that. But I think it was Aaron Ramsey who pressed Ian Matson. So, great pressing by Ramsey. If he carries on like this, then he could be a handful. And Burnley just giving the ball away again in their own half. They've got to be careful here. And they've recovered it well. One thing I've seen about Burnley is how quick they recover. And that recovery time is definitely a great strength to have. Cross goes in. It's a poor cross by Teller. Floats over the goal. Goal kick. Imagine a late winner sent Burnley up. Oh, the limbs we would see is incredible. I still think it'll be a draw. So even a 0-0 or 2-2 or 3-3, or in Sunderland and Hull's case a 4-4, that'll be 1 point I gain from my prediction league. Zach Steffen now with the ball. And Burnley trying to press as Middlesbrough also play out from the back as well. Likewise with Burnley. Liking the similarities on how they build up their play there. Forever Orient, welcome to the stream. Great result for Leyton Orient today. I believe it was Salford you beat 2-0. Great result there. Within 3 results away now. I think, yeah, because I think at the moment I don't know who's fourth at the moment. I don't know if it was Stevenage or Carlisle. But they've got an 11-point gap to Leyton Orient. And with 6 games left, you've got 18 points left to play. So, yeah, within 2-3 game weeks, Orient, if they don't cop this up, go up to League One, which is incredible. It was a cracking game, that Sunderland-Hull one. I mean, I saw some of the goals, but I didn't watch all of it. I've been very preoccupied today, and I didn't think I was actually going to have time to stream, so I'm really pleased that I found the time to stream. I also did tiny bit of revision today, so I felt that I've earned my time today, and this is probably what the channel's really going to be based on the future now. If I do good study, good revision, good exercise, I mean, the exercise part still needs work, but I will reward and treat myself by watching the football, and then what better way to switch on the camera and to give you my insight to you guys. Could even potentially stream my reaction to these games. I think that's what it's going to be, because I think videos just take too long, really, at the moment, with a lot of my schedule at the moment. So I think that's what it's going to be. A lot of my content nowadays, I think, is going to be more stream-based. It was something that Benjamin Bloom did a lot of before he started doing videos consistently now. Hope Borough win to make the race with Sheffield United even tighter. Yeah, if Sheffield United had lost today, this would be a huge opportunity for Middlesbrough to make some ground. But ultimately, Middlesbrough need to win if they still want to even be considered in the race, because after that, you would have to say Luton are more likely to get promoted for Middlesbrough now. Here is Archer. Ramsey, great combo between Aaron Ramsey and Archer there. Shot by Archer, just over the goal. Middlesbrough asking the questions at the moment. Burnley have not really got going. It is that lead up there, and that's a brilliant cross as well. That might have been McGree with the cross, and then, yeah. First time shot by Archer, high and over the goal. No, it's Ryan Giles, my apologies. Ryan Giles. Would you describe this start as end to end? Yeah, no, definitely. I don't know why I struggled to read that. A tiny bit end to end, but at the moment I'm not really seeing a lot from Burnley that's really panicking that Middlesbrough back line. I think Middlesbrough have settled quite well. Burnley at this moment, I've not really got into the game yet. Brilliant defending by, I think that's Lenihan actually, with a great tackle there. But it's another corner to Burnley, and if Burnley are dangerous with set pieces, Burnley are doing their job at creating those set piece opportunities. Now they've really got to try and get something out of this. And there we go. I've just seen the stat. Most goals from corner, joint most Burnley, Birmingham and Sheffield United. Interesting. Burnley going to score one soon. I want to say it feels like way, but Burnley have just got the quality that they could just get a goal randomly. Corner comes in. Oh, it's not really headed well and it's cleared. Nothing came from that corner, unfortunately, for a neutral perspective. It's nice to see that all of you are making friends, Forever Orient. I'm loving that. That's exactly what I wanted this community to be. Because football communities in general can be quite toxic with how passionately people take the sport. But this is definitely what I wanted, a really humble and just friendly community. Stand out for once in a while, or having a community of good related to football. Middlesbrough now on the ball in the back line, not making too much progress. I mean, when Middlesbrough are going forward now, obviously they, Ramsey did that pressing at the start to rub the ball off Matson, but other than that, Burnley have not been challenged too much. We've not had a shot on goal yet. We had a couple of half chances from Archer, and Atcom. Fantastic. Right, so, throwing for Matson. Where was everyone at 3 p.m? I mean, I was busy. I was with the family doing some things, so I wasn't at Discord. I mean, when I looked at Discord, I saw an abundance amount of messages, so it seemed you guys were very well entertained with I can't do the maths right now. The 8 games that took place at 3 o'clock. Yeah, Burnley do need to be careful, but I think Middlesbrough, what they have definitely altered in this game, I think they've been very mindful of being defensively organised here. Ashley Barnes, that's a gorgeous ball to find Brownhill. Oh, and it nearly deflects to Goodmanson. This is the quality we need. A brilliant through ball by Ashley Barnes there. Throw into Middlesbrough, which is taken very quickly by Ramsey, and it's a free kick to Middlesbrough. Yeah, of course that chant's going to be projected around Charlie. Anything to wind up the opposition. I was going to say, who wants to see Gatsby? So, how are we doing with the stream at the moment? 7 likes. Right, guys, 20 likes. You will see Gatsby. You've heard it here. Zarori, left-hand side. Cullen, Brownhill, just outside the box. Deflection, goal! Offside? Is it offside? I don't know. But it looks like it's a goal. There's been no flag. Goal for Burnley. Wow. Incredible. As I was literally looking away from the TV, this is the moment that Burnley decided to strike. Incredible. Finally, I was saying that Burnley was starting to get some gaps, which is poor Middlesbrough's part. They really should have closed Burnley down there. But let's see this again. Starts with Zarori, just darting in that left-hand side. Cullen. Then it goes to Brownhill. Oh, VAR would have definitely looked at that, but it's Barnes with the goal. So it was a shot from Brownhill, and then it's just a typical striker's goal. Right place, right time, gets a foot to it, and that makes it 1-0 Burnley. And then now, 78 minutes away, Burnley, from being a Premier League side next year. Great celebrations circling around the riverside. Vincent Kompany keeping his calm because he knows there's a long, long time left. But wow, that is a crucial goal. I was unsure about the inclusion of Barnes as well, but boy, he's proved me wrong here. I think it would have been offside, to be honest. That's why I didn't scream immediately. I thought it was offside. So potentially poor officiating. I think that's what Middlesbrough are really going to be moaning about. I think that was an offside. But regardless, there's no VAR in the Championship, so the goal's given. 1-0 Burnley. How's everyone reacting? Everyone's talking about what they did in their 3 o'clock games. No one's really reacting to the goal, which is very strange. So yes, what I was going to say is 20 likes, you'll see Gatsby. Well, 1,670 subs as well, by the way. So thank you guys so much as well. So what we'll do, either if we get to 1,680 subs or to 20 likes, you'll see Gatsby because he is fast asleep right now. So I don't see him moving anytime soon. Brownhill could have another chance here. Burnley won a penalty. Don't think it will be a penalty based on what I saw there. Burnley are really furious that a penalty wasn't given. But based on the little bit I did see, because I was looking at my other tabs, I don't think this was a pen. So let's... Very little contact. I won't lie. Very little contact. Okay, well, yeah. Ramsey may have got away with one. Don't know what the noise is outside. Right. Muric now being pressed. And he recovers now, gets it to Al-Haki. Al-Hakil, sorry. Not Haki. All gives the ball away. Hakil, though. And then deflection is then taken away from Middlesbrough's chances. Disappointing positioning there by Hackney there. Gets in the way of that pass. It's really no contact, to be honest. It's basically a slight arm grab, but I think Brownhill's too theatrical there for my liking, personally. But here come Burnley. Anas Zarori, again on the left-hand side. Cullen to Ian Matson. Threading the ball to Gudmundsson, back to Zarori. Howson really trying to stop Zarori there, and they pass back. Charlie thinks it's a pen. I'm just going to politely disagree, in my personal opinion. There, I just feel these days you need to blow to someone to win a penalty, and that for me, the contact or the fall that Brownhill did, I don't think was all based on that slight grab. It wasn't even a grab. It was just his palm just being rubbed across his arm. It doesn't warrant him going down like that. I didn't really see a clutch of the wrist and the hand, to suggest that he would go down. So, Middlesbrough now. Here's Paddy McNair. He's a name that I've not been saying for a long while, but he is still playing. Oh, that's a good... Riley McGree. Chance! Oh, Chuba Akpom nearly adds to his 20-odd goals this season. Right, so Riley McGree tries to unlock a defensive pass. Bayer originally does very, very well to block it, but then Chuba Akpom runs onto that interception, but then shoots it over the goal. He'd be disappointed with that, Akpom, based on the amount of goals that he has been scoring this season. He would think, you know what, should have taken my time there. That definitely was an opportunity to get something from this. I said 20 odd goals, but I've not actually been precise. How many goals has he actually scored? Can't actually see. Why am I not seeing how many goals he scored? Surely it should tell me how many goals. Right, hang on here. 25. Wow. Yeah, definitely top goal scorer this season. Looks good. Good chanting there from Charlie there. A Middlesbrough goal would obviously give me 3 points in the prediction league, but right now, as things stand, Burnley are up. And guess what? You've woken up. Have you woken up now? This reminds me of Nottingham versus Bournemouth last season. The quality of football, yes, but obviously the pattern of game. Riley McGree, good defending. I tell you what, Middlesbrough now showing a little bit of bite, and I'm liking that. Right now Middlesbrough are not in panic mode. They're definitely at this moment of time showing more tenacity and trying to show more energy to win the ball. The only thing I would have been a bit disappointed is the lack of pressing they had when they originally conceded that first goal. Oh, just kicked the desk, which has just hurt meant I've hurt my foot. So guys, to regurgitate 20 likes or 80 subs, you can see Gatsby. And we've got quite a way to go, so it's a good challenge for you guys. Cullen, back to Josh Brownhill on the right hand side. Look at Burnley here, just really starting to show the world how much they have learnt over the season. Poor defence for Middlesbrough there. Zarori with a free shot. And it's comfortably saved by Zach Shepherd. But that right there is exactly what I was seeing when Middlesbrough were defending against Huddersfield. And it's Paddy McNair again. We were talking about Paddy McNair being one of the defenders of the season at the start and last season. But right there, he nearly just assisted Zarori a second goal for Burnley. They've got to be really careful when trying to make those clearances. Middlesbrough now with a bit on the ball. Riley McGree, but great defending. Here's Ramsey. Going to try and pass it to Giles with the right amount of pace on that pass there. Giles to the cross. Al-Hakil manages to clear it, and it's a throw into Middlesbrough. Hope things are alright for Everett Orient. Oh, a good head-to-head battle here. Here's Cameron Archer. Oh, but then it's been deflected back to the path of Aaron Ramsey. Here's Hackney. Middlesbrough now having their best spell of the game so far in terms of possession. Good roll back by Howson there. Cross. No one there to receive it. That is a corner, Middlesbrough. Roberts with a slight header from that cross has won Middlesbrough their first corner of the game. Roberts really didn't need to head that, to be honest. It would have been out of play. It was a poor cross, actually, by Howson. So, Roberts, if this corner turns out to be a goal, Roberts will be definitely asked some questions of his decision-making there. Right. Corner. Header. Oh, just over. And I think that was a goal kick. I thought it came from the Burnley player, but it clearly came from... Oh, yeah. No, it didn't. It came from Hackney. Oh, no. Nellingham, sorry. Had a couple of the names wrong today, but not as much as I thought. 21 minutes gone. Chat's not got too much to say in the moment. Let's actually start asking some more questions to chat. So, bottom three predictions right now. What do you think? Because just to quickly go on to the championship table, because I will do so as this game is played in the middle of the park. Not much going on. The bottom three now is Wigan, Blackpool, and now Reading with their points deduction. QPR are now 21st, and Huddersfield rise to 20th with their impressive win over Watford. Cardiff not far behind. They've got the same amount of points as Huddersfield, despite also winning today against relegation-threatened Blackpool. Who is your bottom three? Or maybe more specifically, who's getting relegated with Wigan and Blackpool? Because I'm sorry to say, I don't think Wigan and Blackpool are staying up now, following the results today. Oh, that's so sad for Orange. I hope he's okay. Wallace and Grant fan is saying the same bottom three at this moment of time. Interesting. Have any of you got any different predictions for bottom three? So right now we're having a drinks break. So this is actually the perfect time to ask these questions. If I had to say my bottom three now, I don't have any confidence with QPR. I really don't. Reading will pick up the odd point. They've actually picked up 3 draws in a row, Reading. And alongside with that, QPR have lost 3 games in a row. So at this moment of time, doing the maths in the long term, QPR will fall down to the bottom 3 and not get out of it. And it's very sad to think that QPR could be playing League One football next year. But it's a real threat for QPR this year. Wigan and Blackpool are not relegated yet. I think if I've got to make a prediction, probably match day 43, they may go down. Once Reading gets deducted the points, they start losing the matches. Well, yeah, their points have already been deducted, Wallace and Gorman fans. So that 22nd place position is including that 6-point deduction. Without it, they'd be around where Huddersfield and Rotherham are at this moment of time. Quite, not comfortable, but just a couple of points out of the bottom 3. But now with this position there, this is interesting. So Middlesbrough have actually picked up the most points after conceding first this season. So it means that their comeback kings, Middlesbrough, they've actually picked up 3 more points from losing positions than Burnley. Yeah, true. You're not wrong with that. They've really got to try and develop a different mentality with that. They can't give up that, especially with them being in the bottom 3. I think the difference with Reading last year, if I recall, they were losing games, but they were just not quite bad enough to get into that bottom 3. I think the difference this year is, that's a great cross and Muric collects it. The difference this year is now they're in the bottom 3, and I think part of that reason why Reading would just kept losing, I just felt felt a bit too comfortable in their own shoes. Now it's interesting because now they're actually in the bottom 3 of that points deduction. I think we should see a change of attitude for what we saw with Reading last year, but it could be a mentality problem. It really could be. So it'll be interesting. Position of the table is very, very important when regarding how teams perform. Confidence is a big factor too. Just look at Chelsea. Oh, that's a great header. Oh, here's Nathan Taylor. He can make it 2-0. Oh my gosh, what a miss. That is an incredible miss by Nathan Teller. He should have wrapped this game up 25 minutes in. How does he miss this? So it was Barnes with just a header. He's onside as well because Giles has played him on. And brilliant positioning by Teller there. Gets ahead of the defender. But it's wide. You know, in these positions, and I saw it with my own eyes with Teller against Ipswich. He's put these sorts of chances to bed. But he hasn't here. That is a very shocking miss. A surprising miss, in fact, from Teller. You know, if you're going to a head-to-head race against Teller and Lenihan, Teller's going to win that race every day. So good on Lenihan for not pulling him down because it would have been a straight red card for that. But how Teller missed from there, I have no idea how he missed. Gonna visit your black cousin. Ah, fantastic. Daniel, welcome to the stream. How is everyone doing, by the way? Because a lot of you guys I've not seen in a long while. You know, barely post these days and barely stream either. So, oh, now Muric is giving the ball away here, just outside the penalty box. Oh, that's a strong challenge. And the referee plays on, which is definitely to the displeasure of the crowd. Middlesbrough won a free kick, not being given for them. Muric manages to play the ball out of the back successfully there. Strong challenge again, this time for Middlesbrough. Headed away by Bayer. And free kick awarded to Burnley. And that home crowd are not pleased with the referee whatsoever. Daniel wants old Chelsea back and I want the season to end. Oh, me too. I miss having to feel relaxed when Chelsea score one because we know we would score 2 or 3 others. These days when we score one, or if we score, we think, right, when is the opposition goal coming? And now with Lampard back as caretaker manager, he managed a record with us where we conceded 1.6 goals a game. So, no clean sheets for Chelsea. Still, it just feels like the new Chelsea way. Brett's not liking talking about Chelsea. Well, I'm going to talk about Chelsea because they're my Premier League team. But, yeah. It's not having a great year, which is a very big understatement from that. So guys, to remind you, 20 likes and you'll see Gatsby. We're halfway there, to quote Bon Jovi. We're halfway from our target. 20 likes, you'll be able to see Gatsby. Also, if we hit a subscriber goal of 1680, that'll be another way where you can see Gatsby as well. So either 10 likes and 10 subscriptions gathered in the stream, you'll be able to see Gatsby where he's still there. He's still there, and you guys, most of you here may not have seen him for quite a while. God, Brett, I don't know how to even word how I feel about QPR right now. Very scared of your championship status is all I'll say. You can only laugh about it. If you don't laugh, you cry, really, at this moment of time, considering the drop-off that did happen. But you've got 6 games left to save yourself. Easy peasy. Just need to win, which is easier said than done with this QPR side now. Right, not much has happened in the last couple of minutes. It's been a little bit in and out of play. Ryan Giles taking the throw-in for Middlesbrough now. Middlesbrough definitely not out of it. They definitely should be 2-0 down at this point, Middlesbrough. I mean, right now, I don't think the goal for Burnley should have counted. I thought Barnes was offside when I looked at it, and I'm not even a referee. And by the replays, it did look like he was in a slightly offside position. I think VAR would have ruled that out if we had it. But Nathan Teller... Oh no, Gatsby, don't go! Oh my gosh, literally just like that. He wants to go. You can't do this to me. I just gave the audience a promise. Right, well, you can't actually leave because I've actually barricaded my door. So, what I'll do, I'll probably carry my camera to him just to for you guys to say hello before we go. 15 minutes before half time. Oh, gosh, I'm not going to keep him shut-in for that long if he wants to go out. Do you think the title race will go down to the final day this year in the Premier League? Hard to say. Really hard to say. It's really down if Arsenal can win all their remaining games. They've got Chelsea, City and Liverpool coming up, Arsenal. They can get that out the way and still maintain a good gap from City, then I think they can do it. City have definitely got a much nicer run in. City have also got Chelsea to play. But, you know, I can't believe I'm even including Chelsea in that same breath of Manchester City right now. Southampton's definitely going down. Yeah, I would say so. Not as clear-cut as Wigan and Blackpool in the Championship, but I do think Southampton are going to be down. Here's Nathan Teller against Nenningham, and there's a strong tackle by Nenningham, and it's a free kick to Burnley. Arsenal lose to Liverpool, think they could be in trouble. Yes, it's tough, you know, Anfield. But if Liverpool played the way they did against Chelsea, my God, they were awful. Awful, Liverpool were. But I'm almost thinking that they've rested their team in preparation for Arsenal, so maybe we'll see I think we will see a much stronger team for City against Arsenal. So it's going to be interesting, I'll tell you that. Right, I'm going to take the camera just so that you guys can see Gatsby. Now, the thing is, I can't actually see what the stream's showing, so hopefully you can see him. Right, can you see Gatsby here? Gats? Can you look this way? I can't actually put my camera any further, so you're going to have to see him here. Oh, there you go. Kind of looking at the camera a little bit. Can you speak to us at all? Being a good boy? Just sitting there, minding your business. Probably wanting me to let him out, which does make sense. But I made a promise, you know, you are the main man of my streams. You're going to just sit down there. Okay, you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. Right, yeah, camera's out. Hang on a minute. I'll fix this. Don't you worry. There we go. We're back. Don't know if you were able to see him. I hope you did, because I think he disconnected quite early on. If you didn't, you'll be able to see him clearer here now. There you go. That's a much clearer picture now. Look at me with my shaky hands, but there he is. Just sitting, minding his own business. Shouldn't come as a surprise. Think Liverpool would give Arsenal a game? Yeah, I think Liverpool would be more competitive here compared to what they've shown against Man City. I think away from home, Liverpool are dreadful, personally. But at home, we saw with that 7-0 Manchester United win that they still got it at home at Anfield. So it's going to be an interesting challenge. I've actually predicted an Arsenal win, but only by 2-1. I think it's going to be really, really tricky. Here's Ramsey. Good tackle by Brownhill. Free kick Burnley again. I tell you what, Middlesbrough conceding these challenges where it's really getting at a really frustrating point with their momentum there. And it's good game management for Burnley too to cause that. We're still on 11 likes, so if you've not smashed the like button, guys, please do so. It really does help with my content being more commercially aware. Hitting that subscribe button also helps that as well. As we're trying to close into 2,000 subscribers, we can get that would be amazing. And please also share this stream as well, because you never know who may pop by on these streams. We've had the odd big influencers jumping into these streams sometimes, so please share as well. Ryan Giles with the cross. Oh, spills it a bit, but Matson picks up his mistake and boots it away. That's a good point, Daniel, and I'm almost thinking that's what Chelsea want to do. Because they did get that Nkunku deal. Yeah. They got that deal very early on, so maybe that's what they've considered there to get Nagelsmann in for that. I don't mind it. There's obviously some risks with him, with his lack of winning experience. Definitely a very promising manager, but it's going to be interesting. It'll be interesting if we do get him in. But at this moment, we've got to just focus to where we are right now, which is a position where we are bottom half and we're not getting European football anytime soon. I mean, that cross there. Muric doesn't deal with it well. Very nervy goalkeeping there by Muric there. Doesn't grasp onto it, spills it, and then Matson's there to clear up after him, really. So they're quite fortunate in a way, Burnley, that they didn't have someone like Ramsey or Akpom pouncing on that, because that could have been 1-1 before half-time. And if Middlesbrough want to score a goal right now, this is no better time for them to score a goal right now, honestly. Here's Hackney. There's Pallyman there, playing a little bit high up from what I'm used to seeing him. He's really struggling there. He's struggling to find that killer pass. Documentary on Charles Bronson. I have not seen. To be fair, I've not seen many documentaries at all, to be honest. But there's definitely some that I've definitely been intrigued to see. Happy with Lampard back. I think Lampard will actually get a good morale boost. I know people have memed him coming back, considering how he's ran Everton to the ground and basically has been ultimately blamed for the position where Everton are at. But if you cast your minds to last year, when this could be a chance, McGree, well booted away by Brownhill there. If you cast your minds back to last year when Lampard took over as Everton manager, his points per game was insane, and he saved Everton from the drop. Bold decision, and it was a really, really good appointment on their part. First yellow card of the game, by the way. So I think, obviously it's not relegation we're going for, but I think for just a positive response, I think it's not a terrible idea. Hackney with an awful challenge on Nathan Teller gets the first yellow card of the game. A 2-1 win and you're second, joint second. What do you mean? Are you talking about prediction league? If it ends 1-1, I love it. I'd love it to end there. Think Potter was a bad appointment? Yeah, in essence, it sounded great, but then the execution of it was really atrocious. So, it just did not work. The whole calmness of Potter just really didn't suit well with the fandom that are just very cutthroat with their football, and it just did not suit him, sadly. Too much focus. I can't even speak my words. Too much focus based on the mentality and stuff like that. But ironically enough, the mentality of the players has just been flushed down the toilet, really. Due to a lack of confidence going forward. Yes, I said 1-1, Charlie. I did say 1-1. I didn't say a Burnley win. So currently you gain 1 point from me. Obviously, if you predicting a correct outcome. But a Middlesbrough equaliser will really spice things up. Yeah, true. We were never going to get Enrique or Nagelsmann, Pochettino, or any of Zidane, any of those managers with 9 games left. No way. Gatsby's literally just flopped on my floor so well that he's actually blended in. So I wouldn't even be surprised if someone walks in and doesn't even notice he's there. It's incredible. Should have gone for Neil Warnock. He's doing an incredible job at Huddersfield, to be fair. He's single-handedly keeping Huddersfield in the league, which is incredible. I've not realised how much I've closed the gap, to be honest. Two correct scores is great, but I didn't think that I actually closed the gap that much. That's interesting now. Okay, so here's the Rory, 40 minutes in. 5 minutes before half time. Burnley would love this 1-0 lead. They definitely would have loved 2-0. Teller definitely should have buried that chance he had one-on-one with Stefan. Middlesbrough have barely tested merged, but there is a sense of nervousness going round with Burnley's football at the moment, and a sense of frustration with Middlesbrough. And right now, that is making both teams at times feel quite sloppy, which is why you're not seeing too many chances. Welcome back, Forever Orient. Yeah, definitely. Like that's you're picking up 3 wins here against, well, I was gonna say 3 playoff sides, but I've realised Watford's not a playoff team anymore. 3 top half sides and 2 playoff chasing teams as well. That's incredible. Brilliant. If he doesn't win Manager of the Month, I don't know what else he could do, to be honest, at the moment. I think Arsenal drop points on Sunday. I feel like a lot of people are writing Arsenal off a bit too soon. That's all I'm going to say. But I do think this is maybe the 3rd toughest game that Arsenal have got, because I've just remembered they've also got Newcastle to play as well. I think Newcastle City are the 2 toughest, then Liverpool 3rd, then Chelsea 4th, dare I say, and then their other games I feel are quite winnable. Burnley won a foul there, not being given. Great tackle. Oh, Burnley still win the ball back there. A little bit scrappy in that midfield position there in the middle of the pitch. Here's Connor Roberts. Connor Roberts passing it back to Al Hakil. I tell you what, that back line for Burnley, apart from making that slight mistake a couple of minutes in, they've not really had that much to do, to be fair. We'll look at stats going into half-time, and I'll also briefly talk about any other results if you guys want me to talk through any results in the Championship as well. We're in the 42nd minute, so we're 3 minutes away from half-time. Yeah, Middlesbrough have not had a shot on goal at home, which is not great. I know it's Burnley, top of the league, and promotion winning Burnley, whatever. But Middlesbrough, regardless of any home side, you need to be showing that you can definitely have some good chances at home. Your home ground is ultimately a fortress. That's what you aim for it to be. You don't want teams to roll over you and, your stadium to become like a bit of a training ground. Unfortunately, that's kind of how it's felt, really. I don't think Burnley needed to be this good, to be honest. I don't think Burnley have been their best. As I said, I think both teams are quite sloppy at the moment. Middlesbrough, I'm sensing frustration and naivety at the back. Burnley, I'm getting a sense of nerves, but they ultimately are the more consistent out of the 2 in stringing their puzzles together. Riley McGree loses out there, and free kick Burnley. So we're 44 minutes now. That's very interesting for everyone, by the way. Just read your comment there. 44th minute, 1 minute before half time. Only 2 shots on goal in the entire game. Alan Pace, Burnley chairman, is here. Could be witnessing a moment of history to remind all of you that historical point we could get. This will be the earliest a team has been promoted in the modern day Championship. Oh, Muric, careful. I tell you what, this wasn't too dissimilar to the Fabianski situation when West Ham lost 5-1, but the goalkeeper this time managed to beat the opposing player. God, that West Ham performance was shambolic. I actually watched that with my dad, and it was incredible, really. With a late night Sky game, we weren't expecting to see 6 goals, but my God, we did. Daniel thinks it's going to be 2-2 at Anfield. Interesting. It's crazy to think that they're all happening tomorrow, but yeah. Good Friday today, and obviously Holy Saturday tomorrow. Where it's all going off, really. 2 days after that, day after Easter Sunday, you get another round of Championship and EFL games, and then the day after that is... in fact, no, I don't think we actually get Prem, actually, if I remember right. Because after that is Champions League. Oh, I'm trying to see what sort of team we're going to face against Real Madrid on my days. I almost feel bad in a way that we have to put up certain teams and players, you know. I feel like against these Bayern Munichs and Real Madrid, you need to respect their, what they've achieved and get the best team. But the issue is our best team just isn't like anywhere close to what we can see from man to man for what Real Madrid or Bayern Munich will offer. We've got 3 minutes of added time, by the way, with 1 minute of the added time being played. Burnley definitely slowing things down a bit, which I'm not surprised. You know, a result, right now would ultimately complete their season objective already. Oh, Barnes in the box could have a chance. Ashley Barnes, and it's an easy save by Zach Steffen. Opinion in Leeds versus Forest. Great win, Leeds. Very good win from Leeds. What I'm also seeing with these games played against, the relegation pack, no team has stuck out to me of having a good away form, but any time that the away pack are playing at home against each other, they're getting those wins. And I tell you what, Palace could be just the final game Leeds need to get themselves in a commanding position to stay up. I mean, because after that, Leeds have got some tough games coming up really, really soon too. And you really need to make your home games count. I'm quite worried for Forest now, because I think they're only above the bottom 3 on goal difference. And that was my worry when I originally predicted Nottingham Forest will finish in 18th, is down to their away form. And that was a classic example of that. You know, when they took the lead, I thought, okay, that's interesting. But they gave it away. And if they don't pick up these points away from home, Forest won't stay up. They won't. On their home games against Palace and Liverpool, Liverpool could be one we should aim for a point. Yeah, true, but at the same time, when you consider Palace also being a relegation-threatened team, gaining 3 points to them is a 6-pointer. Right, half time. Burnley have done half of the job. If they keep things as they're going in this second half, they will be a Premier League team next year. Ashley Barnes was the one who scored the goal. It had to be him. Great play by Zarori in the left-hand side. Benson then passes it down to Brownhill, who had a shot. And Barnes in the right place, right time, follows that shot by wrong-footing Steffen in goal. Controversy within that goal. Barnes looked to be offside with that goal. But VAR's not in the Championship, so it was awarded as a Burnley goal. Teller had the chance to make it 2-0 when he went one-on-one versus Steffen. Some brilliant play, I think, again by Barnes, just controlling the ball, and Teller managing to stay onside when he put the perfect weighted pass, got ahead of Lenihan, did everything right, apart from hit the ball on target. It went wide, it didn't even come off the post either. Middlesbrough, their only main chance was when Ramsey managed to outpress Maatsen, and Akpom could have squared it to Archer, but he didn't, and ultimately nothing happened there. Archer had a chance where it was a great cross by Giles, but then he hit it over the goal. Couple of headers being headed over as well. Lenny Ham from a corner. So nothing that Muric has really had to do. You know, what Muric has really done. He's really actively been involved actually by the build-up play. But in terms of the shot stopping, Muric has really not done any of that at the moment, which is disappointing considering Middlesbrough being the home side. Okay, so let's go through stats and we'll talk through half-time. Ping me with any questions, of course, if you are interested with some. We're on 12 likes, by the way, so if you've not liked the stream, please do so. It really does help the growth of this channel. Please share, please subscribe, because all those things really, really do help. 1-0, current scoreline. Let's see the stats. So you see here, 6 shots to 4, but the difference here, look at that, 0 shots on target, as I said, but Burnley had 3. Burnley actually managed to squeeze a last minute first half shot to get that shot counted from 5 to 6. 3 off target from Middlesbrough. So I already talked through 2 of them, one with Nelly Hand's header and one with Cameron Archer's, I guess volley, I think it would be. Yeah, it would be a volley. That went over the goal. 2 block shots for Burnley there, 2 corners to 1. 9 fouls to 4. So as I was saying, there's a lot of breaks in play, which is really frustrating Middlesbrough. But I would say some of their decisions have come against them, which ultimately is what the basically what the crowd, Middlesbrough crowd, are really frustrated with the referee about. I'm very surprised there's no one big chance missed with that Nathan Teller chance, because I mean that was an easier chance than their actual goal. 3 shots to 2 in terms of inside the box. So in fact, in terms of actually doing stuff inside the box, you know, they've done similarly with that, but the difference is Burnley have been able to just pepper more chances and have worked Stefan more with those 2 goalkeeper saves to Murch's 0. Passing stats though, very close. Look at that. Very, very close. The difference here, look at that. The accuracy of long balls, 30% for Middlesbrough, but 62% for Burnley. 60% for dribbles. So, to be fair, the dribbles aren't too dissimilar there. Very similar amount of possession loss and duels won there. So, ultimately, quite close. And possession 55 to 45, that's not too far away either. That's quite close. But the difference really is about Burnley being inventive enough to find those passages of play to unlock those chances. And as it stands, as I say, Burnley, right now, with this, will be promoted with 7 games left, with only having played 39 games this season. Obviously, with 7 games left, the maximum points that Burnley can currently get is 108. So if they were potentially chasing down Reading's points record, they need to win every single game, including this one. And right now, they're doing a great job. But for Middlesbrough, as you see here, from looking like that they were really starting to be the more likely team to catch Sheffield United, right now, that's going to be 2 defeats in a row. And they'll be behind Luton, having played the same amount of games. And you would arguably say Luton have a stronger chance of getting promoted than now Middlesbrough, which is absolutely insane. If I had time, I would do a video of like talking about each team's last couple of games and talk about their different ambitions, but I think with study and obviously it's not too long when I have to go back to work as well. It's not too long actually, it's just under a week when I go back to work. After that, I can't do all those things, but it will be something that will be quite interesting actually. I'll be quite intrigued to see what teams have now got left. Let's read some comments. In fact, let's go back to this scene here. Would like to see Burnley kick off their season. Would you like to see Burnley kick their season? At Stamford Bridge. God, I don't know who I want Chelsea to face, to be honest. Maybe Palace, because we've got a good record against them. At Stamford Bridge, that'll be ideal. Also, how has Aston Villa reached the other side of the table? Well, I'll tell you this. Aston Villa, with their form right now, I remember my Premier League predictions. I think I really undermined Aston Villa's momentum there, but they really are the real deal at this moment of time. Emery's really worked some magic there. I think I might need to let Gatsby out. I think he's starting to get frustrated. Have I seen the new Mario Bros movie? Well, I've seen enough trailers of it, but no. I am a fan of Mario, so I do want to see it at some point, but it's likely going to be one of those things where I may wait for Sky or one of these other teams just to release it randomly. Have I been feeding Grey Gatsby yogurt? To be fair, I've had, the past couple of days, but I didn't have any yogurt this time, so he's gone without today. Forest home form hasn't been that great even. Wow, fair enough, says Brett. Yeah, well, Brett's pretty much going through all the moments really, just basically saying that I'm assuming you think Forest are going to get relegated. I mean, I think so too, based on my predictions there. But I would really love Forest to stay up. Really, I think it would add a great variety within the league. But yeah, I'm not confident. I'm not confident enough because right now I think six of it. I think because they've only won 6 games, Forest this season. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way, guys. It may be 7, but I know 5 of those wins have been 1 goal scorelines. So it's the lack of goals that's really making me nervy for Forest staying up, and then obviously the drummings they've received against the so-called bigger teams like Manchester City. It does give me a concern. It really, really does. Right, I'm gonna let Gatsby out. Well, how long did that mic cut out for? That's the frustrating thing when I can't look at Streamlabs when I'm trying to go through my analysis. God. How long was it muted for? What was the last thing you guys heard before it went? Oh, that's so bad. I'm so frustrated with his bloody mic. I swear to God. 5 and 10 minutes. Oh my gosh. How can it be that long? Oh, they want a penalty. What? Penalty Middlesbrough. Oh my gosh, I'm ranting about my microphone. And within 1 minute of the second half, Middlesbrough have already got a penalty. Oh my word. Ethan, welcome to the stream. Penalty. So, oh my word. It's very clumsy by Al Hikal. Oh no, Liam Cullen, sorry. Yes, Liam Cullen. Josh Cullen. Gosh, I'm so flustered. I'm angry, but then excited at the same time. Yeah, so Josh Cullen doesn't do well there. Clumsy. I don't think a card was given, but this is a big opportunity now. I was saying, if Burnley do nothing wrong here, they're up. But this moment here, if Akpom does find the back of the net with his penalty, it would mean Burnley stay in the Championship for now. Can Akpom make it goal number 26? He does! What a penalty by Chuba Akpom. 1-1. Incredible. Are we going to see an incredible response? Can we see a full-fledged comeback from this Middlesbrough team? I said I was leaving. Did it cut out when I was getting rid of Gatsby? If it cut out when I got rid of Gatsby, that's really bad. I'm actually gonna find out myself. What a penalty that is, by the way, by Chuba Akpom. Incredible composure. Right in the side netting as well, because Muric actually went the right way, but it's just too powerful and too in the corner that Muric couldn't read it. Right, I'm just gonna find out now. I'm hoping it's not too long. Oh my god, it literally was when I said, oh my word. So all that analysis I did, oh my gosh. Wow. I'm so upset now. Anyway, in short, I just basically said my opinions on all these games. It's a shame that I don't think subtitles can even pick that up. Burnley've got a free kick, by the way. If the score can stay now, I get 3 extra points. Now, right now, Burnley are on 85, and it means that Middlesbrough will now go ahead of Luton. Oh, I'm not repeating it. Barnes! Oh, not a bad effort from Ashley Barnes. First time volley, and it's over the goal. Yeah. If he controlled it slightly better there, could have been a really good chance for a volley. Wow, look at that crowd there at the Riverside. You do get closer to Charlie by 1 point. That makes things very, very exciting. I'm going to really look forward to calculating the prediction league, which I might do after this, actually. I do got to get the graphics ready for tomorrow, because I think that's when I'm going to record and post my Easter Monday predictions. So there won't be a review video, but it'll go straight to predictions, because my predictions videos perform much better than my review videos. It's actually almost embarrassing how much they outperform the other. Now the thing is, I'll be happy if it says list for one of my predictions, but full of drama, I would absolutely love like a last minute goal. Charlie said 2-1 Burnley, I think, which can happen. We know what Burnley are capable of. Here's Ramsey, and it's straight at Muric. I mean, right now, it is Middlesbrough who are now starting to create those shots on goal. Now, all of a sudden, we are seeing Middlesbrough taking chances on target. They didn't have a single shot on target in that first half, but now all of a sudden they've really now ramped up a gear, and I can see it now. Burnley have been flustered. They've almost coasted in a way, and now Burnley need to get out of coasting, actually lift the clutch up, and put the clutch actually back down. Actually, so you do have to coast, but put some gears up, because if you keep on the same gear, and this is an actual driving term, so if you guys drive, you'll know what I'm talking about. When you put the clutch all the way down and you don't change your gear, you coast. And what you mean by coast, you're just speeding through the time. So it's basically Burnley finding a way for the time to go quicker, but they're not really doing anything in terms of changing gears. The only time that they're really gaining some intensity is making the game just drone on. But when you change a gear by putting the clutch down, immediately when you put the accelerator, you naturally get a more stronger increase of speed. Hence why we make these terms coasting and going up the gears an actual term in football, because it is relevant. It is relevant to their movements. Right, well, I'm upset with that, but I'll just talk about the table very quickly with the Championship. How could it cut out for 10 minutes and not correct itself? Because it was plugged in. It's a very dodgy cable, and if you just slightly kick it, it goes out. And I'm really upset as well, because Gatsby was talking to me as well. So I know Charlie has been lucky enough to hear Gatsby a couple of times, and he was angry basically that I didn't let him out. So I had a little bit of a conversation with him there. Right, so I'll just talk about my views for the table. So, in a way, I mean, this has changed dramatically. So, Burnley can no longer get automatically promoted as things stand based on this draw. Middlesbrough now back to third following this result too. Very worried about QPR. Huddersfield in new heights now. Cardiff not safe yet, but great result. Rotherham doing fantastically well. I think one more win and they're safe. Reading at this moment, for the fact, well, they're not winning, but they're not losing games either. So I back them to go and do well, better than what QPR are doing right now with 4 poor defeats in a row, really. Sheffield United with a good win so far. They still gain 2 points clear on Middlesbrough with 8 points clear with a game in hand. So could be 11 points coming very, very soon as well. So Sheffield United potentially not far away either from getting promoted. I'll quickly go for League One, and this is incredible. So you can see here, Sheffield Wednesday, last time we were streaming, was so far ahead. There were 10... I can't actually do the maths. They were 11 points clear of Ipswich at one stage. Now it's like they swapped places. Sheffield Wednesday can't buy a win right now. Ipswich, who have stayed in a clean sheet run, stretching to 9 games. And what game did I see 9 games ago? That Ipswich-Sheffield Wednesday game. Since I went to that game, Ipswich have stayed unbeaten and have not conceded a goal. That form has now taken Ipswich back to second, only 2 points behind Plymouth with the same amount of games being played. They are on the same amount of points of Ipswich, but have got a game in hand, incredibly. Barnsley lost against Burton, so in a way, Sheffield Wednesday, could have even been worse for them, but Barnsley lost. Bolton and Peterborough and Derby win, which is crucial, and then Wickham now losing. You can arguably say that from Wickham downwards, they're not getting to the top 6 now. Substitute, by the way, Zawori is coming off for Burnley, and Vittino is coming on for Burnley. For the relegation battle, Cambridge and Accrington pick up very crucial wins. Oxford with that draw against Sheffield Wednesday with a penalty, which arguably controversial in circumstances how it was given. Morecambe were beating Plymouth for a long period, but they lapsed in concentration and Plymouth managed to beat them, which was a really devastating result, because if Morecambe were on 37, they would be only 2 points behind Oxford United. But with 41 games being played, I can almost confidently say Forest Green, Morecambe are down. I think Cambridge Accrington still have a slight chance because Cambridge have actually won 2 games in a row. League 2, as Forever Orient has appeared, we'll shout his team out as well. 10 points clear, Leyton Orient find themselves, and in terms of 4th place, Stevenage, they are 11 points clear with the same amount of games being played. So within 2-3 game weeks, if they keep winning and Stevenage keep dropping points, which they looks like they will keep dropping points right now with only 1 win in 5, it will turn out that Leyton Orient will go back up. Oh, this could be a chance. Right. Middlesbrough won another penalty and referee has pulled it on the other side. Is he going to book Archer for simulation? Because surely if it's a free kick, they're going to think that Archer's going to get booked for simulation. Anyway, the relegation battle is what's interesting because look at that. Hartlepool and Rochdale have now suddenly thought, oh crap, we want to stay in this league. We now need to start winning our games. And then it means Crawley, Harrogate and Colchester are now sleepwalking into this relegation battle. I think everyone from Gillingham upwards are safe, but you've got a bottom 5 right now going head to head within the relegation pack. I think it's going to be very difficult for Rochdale to get out of this, but with only 2 points separating 23rd and 20th, those 4 especially, knowing only one of them can get relegated, is huge. I'll touch on National League as well because the massive result of the day is this one here. Halifax 3, Wrexham 1. A huge result. Wrexham staying unbeaten for so long. They've now lost quite possibly in the worst time of the season. Because now with Notts County beating Wealdstone by 3-0, they're now both on 100 points, County and Wrexham. County ahead of Wrexham but have played 1 game more. What's next game coming 3 days' time? Wrexham at Racecourse against Notts County. Wrexham win that game. They'll be 3 points clear with Notts County and have a game in hand over them as well. It really puts Monday's game a must-win game for both sides. It really does. Now, let's say, devil's advocate, if Notts County win that game, it does mean that Wrexham have a 3-point gap to chase, but they do have a game in hand against Yeovil, who are down in 22nd, which could be good for their chances as well if Yeovil are struggling. Maidstone are already down. Scunthorpe are nearly down, not quite mathematically, but they're nearly down. Yeovil are not quite down yet. Torquay are having a late resurgence, but it could be too little too late with only 5 games left and a 4-point gap to close down from Aldershot, and Dorking might have just done enough to keep themselves in this league, which is incredible. Interesting dink there, and it's caught by Murich. And I'm also going to shout out Chelmsford as well, because it was a huge result today for Chelmsford. We beat Farnborough 3-2, being we went behind twice. But a 97th minute winner for Chelmsford means, if you look at this here, with 5 games left, won 71 points. Dartford also lost this weekend against Eastbourne Borough, which is being considered a bit of a shock result. I mean, Eastbourne are not a terrible side, but considering how well Dartford have been, that is a shocking result. Chelmsford have got a game in hand against Oxford as well, but Chelmsford have to play Oxford away in one of their last 5 remaining games. They beat them there, they could have a really good chance of actually only having to play a quarter-final game, because if you notice here, Dartford, the maximum they can get is 91 points. I can't do the maths, but no, it is 91 points. Edsfleet are comfortably promoted. So the automatic promotion position is already out of the question. Edsfleet beat Oxford 3-0. I mean, they were way too good for this league. So it's interesting now because Chelmsford now have a really good chance of actually getting to the semi-finals of the playoffs, which is something that doesn't really happen too much with Chelmsford. Normally we're in the quarters and we get knocked out in the quarters. So if we cut one game out of our run to potentially the playoff final, it could be good news for Chelmsford. But I'm not holding my breath because it's always very inevitable when it comes to playoffs in Chelmsford. Right, so I thought I'd break down my quick thoughts of all the leagues since you weren't able to really hear my championship one very well. Okay, hang on a minute. Let's just actually read some comments because it looks like that I missed a couple of comments. Up the Clerics, they said, let's not talk about bottling. Let's just try and be nice to each other, alright, guys? We're awaiting a goal here. Well, Charlie, you're awaiting a goal. Right now, this is really good for myself and Wallace here. 1-1 would be really good for the predictions there. And at this moment of time, it was a very fast start to this second half, but it has died down a bit. Hence why I really used that time to talk about the leagues. Because there wasn't really anything being broken down here. Ethan's asked for me to do a watch-along of Wrexham and Notts County. I mean, I will be free, but I don't think I can gain access because I think it's on BT Sport and I don't have a BT Sport membership. But that is a huge game. That's like the equivalent of Man City and Arsenal in the Premier League. But obviously, there's a bit of a gap between Arsenal and Manchester City in terms of points. This is incredible. Both record-breaking teams in that same season, which is something you really don't see every day. Should be a really, really good game. Torquay winning against a playoff contender is outstanding. Yes, it is. In fact, Wrexham have got Torquay last game of the season, so that could potentially be a banana skin game. Jack, welcome to the stream. Got some back pain for some strange reason. I don't know why it suddenly appeared. That's an interesting ball here. Goodmanson with the cross. Header! Oh, not far away again. Some frustration from Ashley Barnes. He's gained some chances, but it's just not hitting the target in the second half. Jack wants 2 more Burnley goals. It could happen because it's Burnley in the end of the day. Just a little bit of frustration right now because I was saying that first half, Burnley looked sloppy and nervous. Middlesbrough looked sloppy because they looked frustrated and ill-tempered. I think that's what Carrick really knuckled down to them at half time. You know, because that temper really prevented them creating anything. They flew off the tracks. They got that penalty, which I think is a penalty, by the way, and was converted very well by Chuba Akpom. 26th goal of the season, of course. Oh, it's Nathan Teller, though. Middlesbrough are now starting to look a bit more organised at the back. Here's Ian Matson. Cullen. Now to Teller. Oh, that was a dangerous inviting ball by Nathan Teller. But not enough of a connection there. My word, that was a really, really inviting ball there. Yeah, no problem, Jack. We probably will still be live around that time. Wow. I think it was Goodmanson that tried to get ahead of the defender. I'll tell you what, yes, it's great defending actually, but what an inviting ball that was. For Teller just to create something just like that, you know, he's such a talent, honestly. I'll be very excited if he does play for Burnley in the Premier League. I think he's got a bag load of potential. Middlesbrough not looking too attacking minded now. They're definitely not looking as fluid as they were in the beginning part of this half. Burnley look a little bit more likely to get something, you know, which would be music to Charlie and Jack's ears. Burnley in control. Yeah. Oh, that's a good ball. Oh, Stefan's got to be careful. I tell you what, if he used his hands there, that would have been a red card for Stefan. My word. I mean, both goalkeepers actually have gone out of their goals, you know, almost in the halfway line, just trying to clear some chances. You know, both goalkeepers are very ballsy in their own right. Thunderball, yes, great win for Huddersfield there. 3 wins in a row, and now they're looking very likely that they can get out of their terrible predicament. Good defending by Matson there to prevent... Cameron Archer, sorry. It took me a bit of a while there, but we could have had a chance. Burnley just continuously playing out of the bag, but considering how much Middlesbrough's press has improved this half, got to be quite careful when doing that. Stefan against Barnes. He's boots it away from him. Free kick awarded to Burnley there. They've played on there, actually. It's Brownhill. Out for relegation zone for only the second time this season. Yeah, I know, but it doesn't matter where you start. It matters when you finish. Oh, Teller looking very dangerous. Barnes! Oh, it's a goal. Burnley have got their goal. Just like that. Burnley are just way too good. And Charlie's absolutely buzzing. What a moment. Brilliant, brilliant moment there. I mean, just as soon as I saw Teller ghosting in like that, I thought, here we go. This is definitely potential for a goal. I think, oh my gosh, I think it's Connor Roberts actually that scores. Wow. Connor Roberts, not a natural goal scorer, but right place, right time. Brownhill originally, yes, he's onside because Paddy McNair is playing him onside, which I think he's not had a great game, I've got to be honest. But Nathan Teller, right-hand side, takes his player on. The pass is perfect. And Roberts just runs onto it. No one marking him. You know, if you're able to run onto a square ball like that, it's not great defending. And it's McNair that actually just stands still, doesn't track the run of Roberts. And it's 2-1. If I have not changed the score, my apologies to Burnley fans. It's not 1-1. It's now 2-1. And as it stands, Burnley are up to the Premier League. Oh, are we going to get the antics now of time wasting now? I think Goodmanson's hurt his head. Hope you're having a good Easter. Yes, yes, it's gone okay at the moment. Yes, you know, saw a lot of people in terms of the first half of my holiday. Second half has been a little bit more quiet, but I wanted it to kind of have a moment for me to veg out and just to kind of get a routine planned for when things come back. Oh, that was interesting. I completely forgot. Yeah, he was sent off. Yeah, because I remember Burnley went down to 10 men in the reverse fixture. So 0 to hero moment for Connor Roberts in terms of Burnley versus Middlesbrough there. Sent off in the last game, but scores what could be the promotion winning goal back to the Premier League. I mean, at this moment, I don't care about the prediction league right now at the moment. I just want to see a really, really entertaining game. And I don't think many people are streaming this game, which I'm really surprised considering, you know, this is defining a promotion to the Premier League, you know. So, bit surprised that there's not been too many coverages there. I mean, I think the difference is, Wallace, a Gromit fan, I think you're much closer to Charlie's points than I am. So, I mean, that's why he's trying to wind you up there. And Charlie wouldn't dare say that to me anyway. In fact, Matt's already streamed today, yeah, because he did the commentary game. But yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that not many people are covering it. Do you think Burnley will still be, or do you mean stay up? I like to say yes. I think they've definitely got the capability. I'm more intrigued than anything. I don't really have any opinions on or any guarantees that they'll stay up. But I think they're in a much better state now than they were last time. So I think at this current moment of time, I think they will stay up, considering the teams that we're seeing in the relegation battle this year. Well, yeah, that's the thing. Mind games, isn't it? Wasn't a Gromit fan. What I try and do really is block those out, really, and you know, I don't listen to any of that. You know, I go straight to my predictions. Charlie seems up for it. Gosh. Oh, you really gonna trust Eddie Hearn for that? Yeah, sure. Right, Middlesbrough now on the attack, although it's been given away. Goodmanson now. Here's Johnny Howson. Or was that Tommy Smith? I think I'll be getting Smith and Howson confused because I think their numbers are quite similar. Oh no, Tommy Smith's 14 rather than 16. So I was correct. That was Johnny Howson there. But they are similar. 14, 16. You know, not too far away. Giles. That's to Tommy Smith. Chuba, who keeps the ball in play quite well there. If we somehow lose to both Watford and QPR, oh, yeah, well, I feel like right now, based on the current state of play, those two games are the winnable ones to get. And if you pick up even 4 points, that might even be good enough to really close the gap on that top six. I think a lot of teams are going to be nervy now this final part of the season. Here's Vittino, who could have a chance. Vittino, and he shoots wide. That's disappointing. He had good momentum there, Vittino, but stuttered on the ball for too long, and the Middlesbrough back line managed to get back into their original position. You've got to be quick and instinctive with that. Ooh. Oh, wow. So, just a bit of insight to why... that's coins. So, insight to why Goodmanson was holding his head like that. I thought it was time wasted, but no, he was actually struck by a coin in the crowd. Very disgusting behaviour for Middlesbrough's part. They definitely know better than this, but right now, Burnley are, by way, the best team of the league, and you can at least just try and follow that with good fans as well. But unfortunately, they've really let themselves down there, Middlesbrough, by doing that. Another goal will help Jack, yes. If it's 3-1 Burnley, then this is very ideal for Jack, isn't it? And I will be doing the prediction league points after this, because with the amount of you guys talking about it, it tells me that this is actually a really, really close table now. So I'll look into it. I'm also going to get the graphics sorted for tomorrow's score predictions as well. And yeah, it's been really, really it's going to be very, very interesting. Borough are attacking, yes they are. Of course they are. Right, free kick to Burnley, which is really not what Middlesbrough want at all. Do you think QPR are the worst team in the league right now? Form-wise, yes. I really do think so. They seem out of ideas. They are not looking like that they'll pick up a win anytime soon, Dalraj. So I'm very disappointed for how much QPR have fallen down with their form. But yeah, right now, I say worse than Wigan, personally. It's not great. Just been seeing some what Watford fans have been saying about their result today, and it's definitely very anti-board. Same with West Brom, actually, as well. Arguably the two parachute payment teams which are underperforming the most are, ironically, the ones where the fans are turning on the ownership right now. I could definitely feel the silence now in Riverside now, because it was really ringing my ears actually when that equaliser from that pond went in. But yeah, it's died down slightly, and then suddenly, now with that second goal which came from Connor Roberts, unfortunately, the crowd has now died down a bit, and their resort of action is throwing coins at opposition players, which I think is quite embarrassing. Charlie really does not want Borough to score. I mean, right now, I don't see it. They don't look like they're scoring on a month of Sundays now. I really don't think they'll be scoring anytime soon. Right now, it's looking really, really comfortable now. Here's Johnny Howson. Right, Michael Force looks like that he's going to be substituted on very soon. Watford fans are shocking, says Thunderball. What, shocking atmosphere or just shocking in their chance? Because I guess you were there. Were you there when Vicarage Road? It's predictions video Sunday. I think I'm going to release it tomorrow, Charlie. I know. I want to give myself 2 days to leave my predictions out before it. I mean, it's because Sunday is Easter Sunday, isn't it? I'm going to have family round, and I don't really want to spend a day away from them, really. So tomorrow's going to be interesting. I'm going to be doing the graphics and the prediction league tonight, which would probably take me an hour and a bit. Then I've got, obviously, to record the video and not procrastinate on it, which is enough of being in itself. Make sure that's released soon as well. make sure I do some revision as well, because whilst I've done a bit of revision, it's definitely not enough to warrant a pass on my exam, which is coming in just under 3 weeks' time. I don't think they'll sack Wilder. I think he's too good of a manager to sack this early on. But right now, nothing will surprise me with Watford right now. 4 managers will surely be a new record for Watford, which is crazy in itself. Barnes to Teller. Good block by Tommy Smith, and Stefan managed to keep the ball, preventing away a corner. Nicholas, welcome to the stream. So we've got 10 viewers here. Thank you everyone who has tuned in to see me stream. You know, I don't stream that much now, but following this break I've now got of work, I saw an opportunity to stream, and you know, this is exactly the sort of game I really wanted to stream. We're halfway from 30 likes actually. So guys, if you've not smashed the like button yet, please do so. It really does help the growth of this stream if you do so. Hackney's coming off, by the way, and Marcus Force is going on the pitch. So an attacking substitution made by Michael Carrick there. So if you've not smashed the like button yet, please do so. Let's try and get to 20 likes if we can. That'd be absolutely amazing. For subs, we managed to get to 1,670 today. So thank you guys so much for smashing that subscribe button. 30 away from 1,700. If we get 2,000, that would be incredible. I don't think we'll get there before the end of the season, but ultimately, you know, any subscriber again now is 1 subscriber greater than I thought I would get from my original target, which was 1,000. So if any of you are here and want to show your support for the channel, liking, subscribing and sharing, all those things really do help just helps everything about the channel, really. It really, really does. I know I said I wasn't going to be posting much. I'm making it very clear that I really want to still stream watching the football games with you guys, and there could be a chance that I might dedicate a full day of streaming where I could stream reactions and stuff like that. So who knows? Oh, corner for Middlesbrough there. Muric catches it and leans on it on the ground with the classic goalkeeping time wasting. Charlie's really on edge. He doesn't even support Burnley. I mean, this is how quickly a chance can get. From a goal kick from Stefan, Maatsen misses it. Force from just going onto the pitch. Takes on Maatsen, gets that cross, which is then caught by Muric. So Stefan's very clear that, you know, we need to really be forcing attacks. Right, Jack Cork is going on for Burnley, surely to gain some control in the midfield. Goodmanson's off, which I think was probably earned. He had a pretty good game, actually. Goodmanson's a player doesn't typically start. It's normally a bench player. He did quite well. And Jack Cork, now a defence midfielder option. Probably put on by company to intend to gain a little bit more control in that middle part of the field. Thank you, bro. I really do appreciate that. But I definitely do want to try and make content for you guys. And it's sad for me when I just can't find a way to do it. And that's really just what I did. Because at this moment of time, my health is really deteriorated. It really, really has. You know, it's not at a life-threatening stage. But if it carries on the way it is, you know, before I turn 30, it can get into that stage. So I've got to try and do something about it, really. Right, Cork already involved in the action here. Trying to start a counter-attack, but Teller's passed it back. Just playing the ball a bit safe. Right now, Burnley, I've only got a 1-goal margin to really secure Premier League football. If they concede another goal and it's 2-2, that will likely be the last goal of the game. You know, with the little time that we've got. 79 minutes being played. 11 minutes, including stoppage time left. And that's the amount of time that Burnley have just got to river the storm for Middlesbrough to get promoted to the Premier League. I mean, it seems at the moment that the goalkeepers are just kind of passing to each other. Goal kick after goal kick is just not finding the right player. You can't tell a team to stop giving the ball away. They're nervous. You know, they want the game to end. They're tired. They're exhausted. They've played 39 games, Burnley, to get to just this position here where it feels like a mountain to climb to get a result. This is a Middlesbrough side that I think only lost one home game since Michael Carrick's come in. It's not straightforward to get something in the Riverside. Oh, that's very, very poor by Matt Crooks. I didn't even notice Matt Crooks went onto the pitch. I won't lie. But, yeah, it was build-up play between Force and Crooks, and they didn't see eye to eye. Charlie's really taking the prediction league seriously. I don't blame him, really. I think a lot of you guys are really taking the prediction leagues very seriously this year, and I'm pleased, really, in a way that it's been something very, very popular to you guys, and you've really enjoyed it. So let's just remind everyone for what the table looks like currently. With this 2-1 win currently for Burnley. Oh, Muric just playing a bit dangerously there. Burnley find themselves on 87 points with 25 wins out of 39, which is incredible within itself. Middlesbrough fall to 4th with Luton ahead of them now with having played the same amount of games being played. But the big news is that if it carries on the way that it carries on, Burnley are already back up to the Premier League in the shortest time needed. They would have 7 games left and they are already promoted to the Premier League. A big, big moment there. So just to go through just a small preview of what we're going to be predicting tomorrow. Huddersfield Blackburn, Norwich Rotherham, big game. Coventry Watford, West Brom QPR, Cardiff Sunderland, Hull Millwall, Wigan Swansea, Birmingham Stoke, Luton Blackpool, Preston Reading, Bristol City Middlesbrough, and Burnley Sheffield United. So Burnley don't have it any easier at all. Oh, not a great chance by... Well, not a great touch by Archer's, what I was going to say there. I'm definitely seeing Middlesbrough's attacks being very wide. They're trying to rely on the wings to get their attacks, but it's just not falling into place right now. Not enough quality to keep a good touch on the ball. Ah, so Huddersfield Blackburn's live. Interesting. So is Coventry Watford. That's an interesting matchup there. Then obviously we've got Bristol City Middlesbrough, and I'm expecting Burnley and Sheffield United to also be live. Yep. So 4 championship games live on that Easter Monday. We are spoilt. Charlie is really nervous. I don't blame him, because this would be a huge 3 points for his prediction league position at the moment. Ooh, I was just reading some more moments there. I just saw one of the goals Ben Foster conceded for Wrexham. It was literally like a front post glitch for what we see on FIFA. He's going to be really disappointed with that, I think. Right. 83rd minute, now 84th minute now in this game. 6 minutes including stoppage time left. This is really, really big now. Wallace, a Golan fan, just can't accept. He needs his 2-2 will happen, he thinks. We'll see. We'll see. It's been a massive bundle of joy, this game, really, to be honest. I've really enjoyed watching it. Throw in, I think. Okay, no, Nathan Teller's out. Jack's thinking 3-1 will happen. Gosh, everyone is so competitive. Let's just enjoy the game, shall we? You know, if we were all like gambling, for instance, I wouldn't, I would understand, the stakes. But, this is something, that everyone's entered for free. Welcome, Matt, to the stream. Fantastic to see you. Thoughts on Swansea 0, Coventry 0. Good for Coventry to stop Swansea's winning streak, because they won 2 games in a row, of course. you would have thought that Coventry could have looked at this maybe as a winnable game, but considering at this moment of time that there are teams in the top six, but also chasing the top six, losing games and dropping points as well, it's not the end of the world. Let's actually talk about Coventry's chances by looking at the championship table. We were just previewing what's the next bunch of games, and actually Coventry, who they play next, is the team seemingly in disarray at the moment, Watford. There's been chance against the ownership at Vicarage Road today. It's looking very toxic if you're a Watford player or Watford fan at this moment of time. Coventry really need to try and play better at the CBS than what they did last time against Stoke City. A win for Coventry could have put them on 60 points, so they could have been tied with Norwich and would have only been 1 point off the top six, obviously playing one game more than Blackburn. But I believe that game in hand for Blackburn is against Burnley. Unless they're going to be on the beach if Burnley get promoted, which they will be in the next 4 minutes plus stoppage time currently. You know, at this moment of time, Coventry have got a big chance really. And I do think Watford is actually one of the nicer games you can play. So, not the end of the world. You know, I don't know how it was around your end as well. I mean, because I've not watched the 3 o'clocks. You know, this was something I disclosed at the start of the stream. I was busy doing family stuff at the 3 o'clocks. You know, I've only seen certain clips and goals and moments, but not particularly each game from, you know, with their main highlights from beginning to end. So I wouldn't be able to comment a lot on it. But I can imagine it was not the end of the world, but obviously a win would have been more ideal. Charlie knows what's up. Fantastic content creator is Matt SB, which I will say right now, I think you've been the EFL content creator of the year. Easily, hands down. Muric is a goat, says Charlie Brown there. Jack says must be biased, but Jukovic's header was amazing. I'll see if I can catch up on that goal. Bit of a nonsensical result, that 1-1 draw there, especially on Birmingham's part, but more or less on Reading. Right now, they're really fighting for points right now because Reading are now in the bottom 3 following results going against them there. Matt, I mean it. I really, really do. I really do. You've been smashing it this year, and you are definitely, statistically, content-wise, consistency, EFL Content Creator of the Year, if there was such a thing that YouTube hosted. Goalkeeper having a temper tantrum. Well, he landed awkwardly, but I felt Muric deliberately meant that. He's definitely trying to make the clock tick away. You know, we all know the classic tricks, you know, when we're doing simulations, when we're playing in crucial games and we're only up by 1 goal. Charlie made a bank transaction for Muric to do that. Yeah, he knew. He knew that he's going to get a healthy transaction from Charlie now that he's done that there. Right, so 2-1 Burnley. So to talk through the goals for the way that they happened. So Burnley got their first goal ultimately from Ashley Barnes. Great build-up by Zaroury, and it was Cullen to Brownhill. Brownhill with a shot outside the box, which found the path of Barnes to basically wrong-foot Stefan. Controversy within that goal, he looked like he was in an offside position when he scored that goal. So VAR, if we had it, could have disallowed it, but they didn't. So the referee didn't see the offside. I think he was personally offside. So that was 1-0 Burnley into half-time. Within, I'd say about a minute in the second half, Middlesbrough win a penalty. I was ranting that my mic cut out when I was actually reviewing the championship results. And then before I knew it, you know, a penalty is won. And it was conceded by Cullen. Chuba scores, brilliant penalty, 26th goal of the season. And I thought, okay, this might be interesting here. But then Burnley slowly but surely crawled back into the game. Nathan Teller on the right-hand side, withers past his defender there. Paddy McNair, just too static, doesn't track Connor Roberts running onto the square ball. He does, shoots it, scores 2-1. And that is how we got our goals. And controversy as well within the crowd, because it looked like they were throwing coins at Goodmanson when Burnley took the lead for the second time. Oh, Jack, thank you so much for the donation. Jack, you are an absolute icon. Legend of the chat. Thank you so much, Jack. Everyone sing your praises to Jack. He's absolutely dropped in with a dono literally right as we've hit 90 minutes on this game. The added time, ladies and gentlemen, is 6 minutes. Burnley are 6 minutes away from being a Premier League club for the first time of asking since getting relegated on the last day of last season. Charlie's not happy, so context. Charlie's predicted 2-1 in this game, so that will be a huge 3 points in our prediction league coming at this late stage of the season. So Charlie's really, really on edge. Probably more on edge than watching his own team, Leeds United, play right now. Burnley at this moment of time just kind of hacking the ball away as you would expect. You know, they're tired. It's been 39 games to get to this stage. They could be the earliest team in the modern championship era to get promoted. I only just noticed Obafemi's just gone to the pitch. He must have come on as Matt arrived, actually. But yeah, Obafemi's actually replaced... I can't actually tell who he's replaced, but we've got Barnes and Obafemi as a strike partnership, which is an interesting move by a company. So a formation twitch there. Oh, Cameron Archer thought he could have got into a good position there. And my God, that Middlesbrough crowd aren't happy with Bayer staying on the ground with that tackle that he had against Archer. 5 minutes away from Burnley being a Premier League team. It's going to sound really repetitive for Burnley fans, especially if I keep repeating and counting the minutes down. But this is how close it will be. 5 minutes away. So, tomorrow will be my score predictions for Easter Monday's games because we have no breaks regarding the Easter holidays in terms of score predictions. They'll be coming. Would I be streaming a game? Maybe. I know a couple of you have asked for Wrexham Notts County, but I've not got BT. I've not got a BT Sports membership, so I don't think I can watch it. But I could make an effort to watch a championship game. You know, the obvious one would be Burnley, Sheffield United, but that would be 3 Burnley streams in a row, and I want to kind of mix it up a bit, you know. Coventry-Watford might be an interesting one, actually. Funny that. I think Coventry-Watford could be a good one I could watch, because that's actually live, and that's the 3 PM kickoff that's live, actually. Did I hear Gatsby? I don't know if I'm hearing Gatsby. Maybe I'm just hearing things. Right, so we are 3 minutes and 10 seconds away from Burnley being a Premier League team. Charlie's going to get 3 points in prediction league as it stands. 93rd minute has now just been hit. Middlesbrough on the attack, but it's well defended by Burnley, who just boot the ball away. They have got no business, Burnley, of having the ball getting into their penalty box right now. Right. Middlesbrough not really being careful with the way that they're playing with the ball. They're just kind of lumping it and hoping that something happens. And it's not the best way to do it. Oh, a bit of a collision between Stefan and Obafemi regarding time wasting. And Obafemi's kicked the ball away, so Obafemi's just been received a yellow card for it. Not only are you so close, Charlie, Burnley are so close to being a Premier League team again. Incredible. It will be the earliest time that a team gets promoted from the championship, well, the modern day championship. Reason being, not necessarily date, but Burnley will have 7 games left of this season. No team has ever been promoted from the championship with 7 games left. So Burnley will break a record if they carry on. Tom, no worries. You may have come at a perfect time to react to Burnley getting promoted. We are 1 minute and 40 seconds away, 100 seconds away from Burnley. So we've got a 100-second countdown clock now. Just, yeah, interesting moments there. That's absolutely fine, Darrod. Read away. If you guys have not liked the stream yet, now's the best time to smash that like button. It really helps the channel when you smash the like button there. Please do hit the subscribe button if you've not done so as well. That also really helps this channel as well. We've stayed on 1,670 subs. But thank you guys as always for the terrific support, by the way. It really, really is appreciative each time all of you go to my streams. We're 1 like away as well from 20 likes. So guys, with 14 of you here, we can definitely get 20 likes. Oh, this could be a chance for Middlesbrough. Ronnie McGree. Oh, Spore, sorry, against... Oh, okay, it's kept the ball in there. There's McGree. Cross! Oh! Oh, agonisingly close. Force and Ronnie McGree create something in the right-hand side. Cross comes in. Oh, very disappointing by Tuba at Pom. He just doesn't position it right. My word, that was close. That was really, really close. My word. I think that is the one scary moment that Burnley are going to have. But right now, 3, 2, 1. 96 minutes have now hit. So, okay. Burnley, well, the referee's annoyed with the goalkeeper there. Tom's already writing the breaking news. It's past 96 minutes. They may play on a tiny bit with time wasting in mind. But this could be the last kick of the game. No, referee's playing on. He's playing on for now. Bonds with the flake. Oh, not bad. Right, ball's gone out of play. This could be it. This could be it. Darraj is anticipating a pitch evasion. That's it. Burnley are promoted to the Premier League. Incredible that Burnley have done it as quickly as that. But I'm going to change the title now. There we go. Burnley champions of 2022 and the 23 season. A hard-fought win as well against Middlesbrough, who came in that second half, winning a penalty within 1 minute of that second half. It was 1-1, but then just like that, about 15 minutes after that, we saw Connor Roberts getting the crucial goal, who got sent off in that original game. Well, okay, I know they're not champions yet. In fact, thank you, Tom, for pointing that out. I'm going to put promoted instead, but I think based on how far ahead they are, they really should be champions, shouldn't they? Charlie nearly died, apparently. Wow. I like that it's like a big announcement saying storming on the pitch is illegal. Like people are going to listen. I mean, currently, they are staying in their stands, to be fair. I think the stewards have literally got locked down on that stand, making sure people do not go onto that pitch. There's been like a big notice that says storming on the pitch is illegal. The Middlesbrough fans are just dispersing away in numbers. They really, really are. These companies acting like you? Fair enough. Wow, what a moment that was. It wasn't as straightforward as Burnley made it seem. You know, in that first half, Burnley were no doubt better than what Middlesbrough were. Middlesbrough fought back within 1 minute of that second half, getting that equaliser. I thought after that, it would be a really, really close game. And then I think it was around the 70-minute region where we got that Connor Roberts second goal. And then after that, it was very well played by Burnley. They didn't really look threatened until stoppage time, ironically. So, very frustrating on Middlesbrough's part, but they just could not repeat that same intensity that they did in the opening minute. But credit where credit's due for Burnley. They are now promoted back to the Premier League for the first time of asking. And to repeat the stat that I think everyone's going to get very tired of me saying and over again, but it is an incredible stat. Burnley have officially been promoted the quickest in the modern championship era than any championship team since they've got 7 games left. The last earliest was a team getting promoted with 6 games left. I feel like if I remember from memory, Reading's record-breaking team was one of them. I think one of Wolves or Norwich was also one of them as well. One of you would have to correct me on that if I was wrong. But this is officially the quickest any team from the Championship gone promoted. 39 games being played and already up. That is amazing. Absolutely incredible. Middlesbrough find themselves on 67 points, 20 points now behind their rivals, and actually have played a game more, so it could be a 23-point gap after Burnley play that game in hand against Blackburn. Big game, big top of the table clash between Burnley and Sheffield United that will be played very, very soon. Obviously, Sheffield United beat Burnley by 5-2 in Bramall Lane. If Burnley win this one, they'll really be on course to get 100 points if they carry this on. I think that's going to be their target. If they get 100 points, which they'll need to get 13 points in their last 7, definitely achievable with what they have got left. Cheers and Toast has mentioned parachute payments. I mean, there's going to be that. There's going to be people that say, oh, of course, parachute payments team's going up. For things that I would do to counter that, we've seen parachute payments where it's not worked as well. Unfortunately, I feel like with the system in place, I just think the whole financial package system needs to change. It really does. There shouldn't be a big of a gap from the Premier League to the Championship. I think it should be funded very similarly between those both leagues, and there shouldn't have to be a large sum of parachute payments to financially support teams that get relegated down. They shouldn't really need to do it. Obviously, it's worked for Burnley because they've been strategic the way that they've been using their payments, not quite breaching the rules of financial fair play and stuff like that. The only fine that they've had actually is due to their accounts being posted late because they've changed their auditors. So that's really the only thing that they've done wrong off the pitch this season, actually. And then you've seen the likes of West Brom, Watford, they've not done the parachute payments things right at all. Norwich, not quite doing it right either compared to what they tend to do as well. So when you're a parachute payment team, what I'm basically trying to say is it doesn't guarantee you going up. Now, Sheffield United still at the second year of parachute payments, so they technically have a small advantage as well. And unfortunately, that's just down to the longevity of it. And I really do think they need to change their system. And I think they are trying to, but I say trying to in quotes. It's not going to be something that's going to be implemented straight away. So I agree they should change it. But right now, I feel like it's just easy to diminish the incredible job that Vincent Kompany has done and all these other teams have done just by branding the devilish alliterative phrase parachute payments. Yes, it's a small help, but at that same time, to have that consistency, for Burnley to strategically do their right things with it, I think should be praised as well. As much as it's talent, as much as it's, investment as well, it's also making the right moves on the pitch as well and outside of the pitch. When you've got owners that don't cooperate, you're ultimately going to get a problem. And what we're seeing with Watford especially is, some friction between the fans and the owners. And right now, that's what we're seeing. They're tumbling down the table. We're just seeing the Burnley players now celebrating, chucking the champagne everywhere. They've got the We're promoted signs, that's going up now. Am I seeing one saying that saying champions? I mean, they're not champions yet, like what Tom did say to me. Right. Yeah, we stepped up. Yeah, that's the sign. Right, so my voice is nearly gone, so I've been doing well to kind of keep it to the way that I've done it there. And I had to do like a mini rant on the parachute payments debate there. But we've now got everything that I wanted to say. Tomorrow, guys, you will see my score predictions for Monday's games tomorrow. Streams, I don't know what I'm going to do. I want to do one stream. Don't know what it's going to be, but it'll be something, I'm sure. But yeah, basically probably the Tuesday might do a review. I don't know. I'm a little bit touch and go whether I want to do the review because that's going to be the last day of my holiday. And I might try and see people. So I don't know about the review, but it'll come in due course. Basically. So Middlesbrough 1, Burnley 2. Burnley are now promoted. I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to leave questions and comments in case you guys have anything to ask me. Thank you once again, Jack, for the £2 donation. Awesome work on your part. Thank you so much. I feel bad if you've just paid me your hour rate just for my stream. It feels a little bit generous on your part if that's been the case there. I'm going to mostly every game now, so I won't be in the stream. Okay, no, that's absolutely fine. You're free to do whatever, really. So, guys, yeah, any more comments and questions? You know, now's the time, because 2-minute warning, guys. I'm going to be leaving at 10:06. 2-1 it ends. To regurgitate, Burnley lead 1-0 at half-time. 1-1 within the first minute of the second half. And, of course, it's Roberts that makes it 2-1. Sent off in the reverse game. 0 to Hero scores in this game to send Burnley back to the Premier League. The question is, which other 2 teams are joining Burnley, and which 3 teams from the Premier League are going to take their place? We'll have to find out in the next month and a half. Right, so that'll have to wrap it up, I think, here. I'm going to start wrapping up, guys, unless you guys got any more questions. We're down to 5 years, right? I think it's time to end the stream. So, guys, if you guys enjoyed, please smash that like button. It really does help. It encourages me to still carry on with this content as well. Please hit the subscribe button if you've not done so. It really helps as well. My socials are down there in case you want to drop me a follow as well. And please share the channel too. All those things really help. And shout out to Jack for the donations today as well. Awesome work on your part as well. Thank you so much. Really, really important member of the community. Right, so thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are legendary if you saw the end of the stream. And as always, I'll see you guys tomorrow when I do my match day 41. Is it 41 or is it 42? I don't even know. But yeah, you'll see me tomorrow when I do the part 2 of the Championship EFL Easter weekend of predictions. I'll see you guys soon. Take care, everyone. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.